G'day friends, Mick from Cut Purse Gothic here, coming to you from Richmond on a beautiful sunny day. We have very exciting news. Yay! Playtesting has wrapped up. We have played the absolute bejesus out of this game. NANI? And now with the various evolutions of rules and strategies and messing with your mates, it has gone from fun to absolutely brilliant time. So we've got lots of improvements, such as the action cards with foresight icons. You may already be aware that those are used to nullify the effects of event cards. But what we have decided to do is use those as reaction cards. So, for example, let's say one of your rivals pulls a particularly nasty card and they decide to use a foresight icon to ignore that card. Well, if you've got a foresight icon in your hand, you can say, no, you saw that coming. But I saw that you saw that coming, and I set it up so that it would still happen.
That's what's so funny! I switched glasses when your back was turned! Ha ha, you fool!
There's no limit to how many foresight icons you can stack, so that has made for some very interesting games. So another rule we've changed is with the end game. When the sunrise card is revealed during a player's action phase, then instead of stopping play immediately, the final event phase is allowed to play out, and this allows players to mess with their competition one final time and can mean the difference between winning or losing in some instances. It is a lot of fun. We have a brand new card, courtesy of our playtester Dave Anthony, who had a big brain moment and managed to steal a loot card using 7 of his cards, his entire hand. And we figured, hey, big brain moments should be rewarded. So we're on the grand heist. If you use 7 cards or more to steal some loot, then hey, that's a grand scheme. That's an amazing plan. It's gone off perfectly and you should be rewarded. So if you ever perform a grand scheme, so using 7 or more of your action cards to steal a piece of loot, that loot is automatically worth double.
Grab that dough!
And we've created a grand scheme card to place on top of that loot card so that you can keep track of that while it's in your inventory or stash. Another change to the rules is we realized pretty early on in the piece that the brackets cards are useless. So instead of the brackets, we have changed that to a both icon. So what the both icon does is the normal rules are you can use either the number or the symbol from the card, but not both. But there are instances where using both would be really handy. So instead of brackets, we now have a both icon. You place the card with the both icon against another one of your action cards, and you guessed it, it allows you to use both the number and the symbol instead of just one of those. Speaking of the cards, we've done a redesign of them. The art remains, but the font has changed to something a little bit more readable. The other one was okay, but I want this to be a game for everybody, so you don't have to necessarily have 20/20 vision to read them now. We have changed the symbol from the bottom right hand of the card, of the action cards, up until the top left, so that they're much easier to manage in your hand. And you are going to want to keep a closed hand, because if people try to apply an event effect to you, you don't want them knowing how many foresight icons you have. We also have 2 brand new action cards, simply because, hey, there's room in the box for them, so why not? It gives us more art, more options, so let's do it. And we've made some big changes to the event deck as well. So now there are no double ups.
No boring bits.
There used to be some cards that would recur a bunch of times, but now they're all unique. So there are no 2 event cards the same. There are 65 in total, so each game is going to be different. And we've also tweaked the effects of the event deck. So we've balanced the punishing nature of them. We've made a few less punishing ones, although there are still some nasty cards in there, so make sure you stash that loot. But the focus of the event deck is really, we're trying to get the most fun out of this, right? So there is a lot more mess with your mates cards in there. So the game's really been elevated in terms of the fun level. The challenge and the problem solving has always been there, and it's a really good core mechanic, but now we've just really amped up the fun side of things. So all the new cards, all the new art, it's all up on the website. The instruction books have been updated, all the rules have been updated. So yeah, jump onto cutpursegothic.com, check it out, It is now in its final form. So now that the playtesting is done and the changes are made, what's next? Well, we're going to print up some samples of the final game. When they arrive, I'm going to make a whole bunch of instructional videos, some Let's Play videos, so that you can see what it's actually like to be played. No point doing it right now because the game has evolved so much that we would have to make too many caveats with the initial prototype version. I'm also going to reach out to some of my favorite board game YouTubers, try to get the awareness out there for when we do eventually launch on crowdfunding. So everything's happening. We're making steady progress. I can't wait to get this game into the hands of my fellow board gamers because my playtesters have had an amazing time. We've had lots of laughs. Everybody wants to make sure that they get to play again and again and again. I'm really happy that the concept translates well to the real world, and something that seemed fun in my head is actually a hell of a lot of fun in real life. So I am over the moon happy with the progress so far, and a big thank you to all my playtesters for getting us to this point. So follow us for all the latest updates. We're on all the relevant and increasingly less relevant social medias: YouTube, Insta, Bookface, TikToks, Elon sinking ship, the old Twitter, and Threads. Don't forget about the website, cutpursekgothic.com. That's got absolutely everything related to the game there, including art, rules, downloads, lore, the whole shebang. It's all there. That's it for now. I'll see you again when the final samples arrive. We'll do an unboxing and we'll do some proper instructional videos and Let's Plays. Yeah, that's it for now. We are one step closer to making this thing happen. Thanks for all your support, and I will see you soon.
Better late than...
Blanche!
Pregnant.